You've got Keon Johnson, the #1 ranked player in Georgia in the class of 2026 out of First Presbyterian Day, joining us, of course, playing for San Diego Padres scout team. Keon, man, good to see you. Congratulations, by the way, Georgia Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yes, sir.
#1, again, good to see you, and tell me the reaction when you heard that news.
I was just stoked. I mean, somebody had to tell me. I'll throw a name out there, Caden Borcherding. Shout out
Nice.
to you. He had to tell me. So when I found out, it was crazy. I called my mom, called my high school coach, and we kind of just went about our day. So it was good.
So on screen right now, we've got 2 Gatorade State Player of the Years because you got Gio Rojas pitching for USA Prime. Aces National on the bottom left was Florida's representative, and you, of course, Georgia's representative. I mentioned this to Jacob Lombard. Gio and I were talking at the cages before the game. There's no Gatorade bath. They don't do, like, I told Jacob they should show up at your house. What's your favorite Gatorade flavor?
Probably, I'm more of the blue, the red. I'm a big fruit punch guy, so I think fruit punch probably is my favorite.
So they should show up, knock on your door like it's Publishers Clearinghouse, and they should have like the Gatorade vat full of your favorite flavor, and they should dump it on you, and that should be the celebration to let you know that you're the Gatorade Player of the Year.
That would be very, very fun, I will say. That would be very, very fun.
But you should at least get like a year supply, or there should be. You'll get a banner at First Presbyterian Day School. Obviously, they'll have the banner flying there, and you'll be in the running for the National Player of the Year, which is awesome as well. But there's got to be some free drinks involved in this thing.
We'll see.
So you were here last summer. It ended for you at the Future Games. You end up with the Vanderbilt commitment after that. Tell me how much of a roller coaster last summer was, and ultimately that ending with you being a future Commodore.
Well, I will say I didn't have the hottest start to the summer, so it was more of a mental kind of refocus as to me going back to why I was this good in the first place. I felt like I was mentally stressed out with my, performance. I was kind of worried that nobody was going to, still be looking at the Keon they once knew in the previous summer in 15U, because I had a long struggle in the 16U summer. I got with the Padres at the end of that summer. We were down in Sanford, Florida, for a tournament, and it clicked. And then I came here for PBR Futures, and they were like, all right, this is a new Keon. So it all kind of played out. I had to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and then I had to keep my faith in God, and it all happened how it needed to happen.
Anyone who would just hear you say that would think that you were borderline crazy to think that people would look at you struggling through a time period and not think that you're still the same player. So you're even dealing with those same mental hurdles as any other player who takes the field. How do you, when there's expectations around you, how do you get over those?
Honestly, I mean, it's more of a process, and I've understood that over time. I've understood that, you're not perfect. You're going to mess up. It's a game of failure. And I also have to understand, it's a hard game, right? Guys are getting better, and you have to work for your spot every single day. So I think just keeping sane and understanding how good you've been in the past has really kind of helped me on my journey to keep going forward.
What are those things, and I asked Jacob the same question, people that see you guys and reach this certain level are wondering, what do they do that I don't do? Are there things like from a mental training, from a recovery training that you're doing consistently, that are kind of those non-negotiables for you that you have to do every day in order to maintain yourself and then help you off the field become a little bit closer to that person that you want to be?
I feel like for me, everybody that's, elite has more of the same training, whether it's taking care of your body, nutrition. I feel like with me, it's more of, keeping a level head, not getting too high, not getting too low. And honestly, just taking what the game gives me, not trying to press, and understand that, I've been good in the past and I can be good now. Every time I step on the field, I have to have a mental mindset of like, I'm the best player out there and I can do this. So I think with me, it's just more so keeping things simple, in my opinion. So.
Anytime anyone ever asks me about you, I always love to tell the story of back in January 2023 when I met you for the first time here at LakePoint Sports at a showcase. You and your mom were the very first people here for that event because you wanted to get extra swings in the cages. You were already the #1 player in Georgia. If you would have walked in last and just went up and took your swings, no one would have batted an eye. But I think there's always been this kind of drive and determination with you that's always kind of underscored wherever you are in rankings. You don't seem to be satisfied.
I always want more. I always want more, and I know there's more out there, which is what drives me to go be better for myself and also for the people that are rooting for me. I know I have a big village behind me, and I know that I have a lot of people that are, wanting the best for me, and it'd honestly be a slap in the face if I just went through the motions. I feel like going out, doing your early work, taking care of your body, it's all factors that lead to where you want to get, which is the end goal of getting to the big leagues. Good, yeah.
You and your mom obviously are extremely close, anyone close with their parents, but your mom, a cancer survivor, and she spent a lot of time driving you to the ball fields. We're number 34 during the high school season. There's obviously a reason for that number.
Yeah, so I'm actually add on to that. So I wore 34 in middle school, obviously, because for those that don't know, 34 is retired in high school. So I actually had to wear 6, but 34, my summer number, whenever I can get it. The 3 and the 4 is very significant. It also stands for the 3 being my birthday month in March, which is the 3rd month, obviously, and then her birthday month being the 4th month, which is April. So that's where the 3 and the 4 correlate from. That's why I wear the number 34. But, she's been awesome. She's been there every step of the way, and I couldn't have asked for a better mom.
Tell me about the work that you've done off the field. I know you've done stuff with the Boys and Girls Club. Why is it important for you to give back?
I know where I come from. I know that, being raised by a single mom, it's not easy for her, and it's a lot different when you don't have, I don't want to get emotional by this, but it's a lot different when you don't have your father in the household. It's more so on my part to kind of figure my way around, and it's big that I can give back because I know that whether it's growing up in life or baseball, I know I needed help at one point too. And those kids, obviously, they have more of a need than I do. So I think that, giving back to them and understanding that you were once a kid in their shoes is very big for them too.
When you had your conversation with Tim Corridon about the Vanderbilt commitment, I know he's big on the player, on the person as much as the player. How much did those conversations come into play with him about what you do off the field, how you carry yourself and conduct yourself off the field?
I'm glad you asked that because in our almost hour-long conversation, we didn't talk not one thing about baseball. It was all about life, how you treat your parents, character, and Coach Corbin's big on that, whether it's me getting an experience in the classroom with the guys. They don't even talk about baseball in their classroom. Vanderbilt has a classroom where they go over, their life skills, how they, want to go about how they do things. But I think that with Coach Corbin, that was huge for me in picking my school or whatever because I wanted somebody who I could also look at as a father figure and somebody that I could learn from outside of baseball, and that was huge for me.
When you enter the season, the summer with the San Diego Padres scout team, there's like an aura with this team now. You got Cameron May been coaching you guys. Matt Kemp's hanging out here. Drake's been at their games before.
Yeah.
What's it like inside of it to kind of operate with these guys and know, one, the level of talent that you're around, but the expectations that come with this crew?
It's definitely surreal. A lot of people would like to be in my shoes, and a lot of people would like to be in some of the other guys' shoes that are on the team. It's just big that I can be around all this knowledge so I can obviously grow in my game, not only as a player but as a person. I think it's important that I'm around guys who have already been in my shoes, already have gone to the highest level to where I can get some gems from them and learn from them as well.
It obviously keeps you humble. I mean, to be around guys that, one day Jacob Lombard may be out there just killing it. Maybe you're not feeling it that day, and there's so many guys of elevated stature around you. Does that help as well to kind of be pressed by these other guys? You always say, iron sharpens iron. You're seeing that every time with these guys.
That's what teammates are for. They're there for you when you don't have it that day. Jacob, for example, he's my guy. Me and him in the middle it's a sight to see. I will tell you that much. But no, that's why they're there. That they're there to pick you up when you're down, and even when you're high and they're low, you're there for the same reason too.